Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel Discovering Finance and Markets. So, let's begin the analysis of the market today. I typically I'm planning to do this video daily. I am slowly trying to come up to that rhythm. So, please excuse me. But there was since no significant event since last 2 3 days. That's why I decided to take a break. So, let's get started here. Very soon, we have a Federal Reserve meeting this week around um, Wednesday. So Wednesday is one when we will have the Reserve meeting. In that, they are likely to keep the rates unchanged. So market kind of knows that. So there is no direct reaction from the market. So that's where let's focus on then what is exactly going to happen here. So let's directly jump on to some of the important stocks that are going to matter here. So let's first focus on S&P 500 quickly. So as you can see, right, S&P 500 in my previous video, I already highlighted this fact. In the lack of any kind of a significant bad news, the market will rally ferociously, and that's what exactly happened. So you can see that S&P 500 kind of after going through a 6 day surprising decline has bounced from 49.50 to 51 kind of what was the high today, 51.23. So you can see it was like a quick 150 points move on S&P 500. So now market is at a critical juncture wherein now it has to decide, with all the results that are gone, all the war uncertainty is gone, what exactly is the catalyst to go higher? Like, what exactly are we going to expect? So, just to give you a quick recap here, of the results, Google announced a good result. I mean, they were able to grow their ad revenue, they were able to grow the search revenue, they were able to grow YouTube. So overall, it was a good package for Google, and market rewarded it. But what about Microsoft? They were able to just beat EPS by 4 or 9%. So now market is trying to look into catalyst for these high growth stocks to move ahead. Luckily, I sense this one way rally in Meta, and I will post this trade later. But I was short on Meta, and I made like a couple of 3x gains on the short term options here on Meta. And the same thing I think now is going to be happening. Like, I think the true test of market is now going to be Amazon and Apple. If they are able to deliver, Amazon is, I think, tomorrow, AMD is tomorrow, and Apple is on 2nd of May. If both of them are able to deliver nice results, then I think we can still have some steam. But as you can see, right now, market is trying to understand, right? When in the previous case, when Facebook rallied like 100 points, what exactly is the catalyst? You can see the amount of grind that Facebook went through. So I think that's what is the fear for many of us, right? Whether the market now goes into a sideways trend for 70, 80 days, uh, or whether it gives up some gain. So let's see what happens. But at least right now, Federal Reserve meeting is an important thing. We need to know commentary from Federal Reserve that they are going to keep rate and change, or whether, and as well as they are going to keep the rates higher for long. So that's what it is. Now, in terms of indicators, as you can see, right, I like the stochastic indicator. It gives a quick picture of what exactly is happening in the market. So, stochastic went into very oversold condition, as well as on the weekly chart. If you can see, it went steep. So, naturally, then the market bounced. So, now uh, I went through an interesting article here on Yahoo Finance. Again, I am not affiliated with them. I just use their free version. The stock market has a systemic problem. So, what they are trying to imply here is that they are now trying to see, right, when the last time when the bond yields were at 5%, then the stock fell down rapidly. So you can see the last time the treasury yield went down to 2%, in the anticipation to that, then the market gave up all the gains. And then when Federal Reserve commentary came that they might do the rate cut, which they fooled everyone. Then the market started to rally. So I think now the same thing has happened, right? You can see the treasury yields are like have gone to 5% now, and with the lack of any positive news, market is always going to be worried. Keep in mind, even in the good phase of the good result, the S&P 500 like fell down from around 19th of July from 4500 to 4100 in October. So this I am continuing to say that this is a steep one way 1000 point rally, and for now we just have seen 200 points correction in the S&P 500. So please beware that if there are no rate cuts happening, then the treasury yields will rise, and when treasury yields rise, it's not always good for stock. 10-year treasury yield at highest level since November. So you can see last time the same thing happened. Market although it kind of bottomed around that peak euphoria, but rising into that treasury yield 5% for 10 years, it's never good. So you can see we are at the same level, and then there is again an uncertainty whether the Fed is going to cut rates. So that's why all eyes will be on Jerome Powell as to what commentary he makes. I mean, if I were him, I want a clear message to the market that this 1000 point rally, one way rally, no significant correction. I mean, we saw this correction, but still, uh, uh, in order to avoid FOMO, you have to be very strong and give a message to the market that this is not tolerable. Then let's focus on Apple. Apple doing an oversold bounce, same like the markets, is facing a stiff resistance here. There is a lot of concerns around Apple China sales, so their results are going to be very important. But if nowadays what is happening here is that if a stock goes into a result season with a correction, then there is a high likely chance that the market will bounce when the results come out. Same thing, and the opposite thing is with Amazon, right? So you can see what happened with Amazon. um, it went into like a steep increase. It's still at the higher level into correction, so expectations are really high. If Amazon doesn't deliver, you will see what happens. It will suffer the same fate as Apple, that it will go down to 160. And then let's quickly talk about Nvidia. As you can see, right now is the true test of the semiconductor stocks, because everyone is worried about the valuation. Nvidia results are not yet close, by they are on 22nd of May. So everyone is kind of fully worried around Nvidia, that how is the market going to digest the gains, right? You see here this chart is very similar to Tesla. So keep very well in mind that for past 3.5 years Tesla has given no gains at all. So we are kind of in a negative returns on Tesla. So keep it in mind that Tesla was going through the same euphoria, but for past several years, I would say, since that December 2020, you can see here Tesla is at the same level. So for last 3.5 years, Tesla has given zero returns. Once euphoric talk that was being talked as like 10x or something like that, keep in mind. But um very important thing that I can tell you about Tesla here is that they are slowly unlocking their services revenue, right? Then if they are able to, they have just reduced the price of full self-driving beta in United States by half. If more and more people subscribe to that, it's like a $1,200 per year subscription fee for almost doing nothing. So Tesla doesn't have to sweat any bucket on that software. That software, the profit margin on that product is 80%. So it is going to be win. Today it was announced that the Tesla made a significant inroad into China by making sure that they get approval for that full self-driving. So they are going to launch that same monthly subscription product in China, which is going to be a huge game changer. So bear in mind, anything about 200, Tesla will go one way to 250. And then let's talk about, so we covered Amazon. AMD AMD, I still feel the same story. Semiconductor stock tomorrow result close after bell. Just market is trying to understand whether this euphoria holds. This stock can quickly explode to 200 or something also if the results are in line with expectation. So that's what is there. And then Bitcoin is trying to absorb the gains after any big rally. That's what is expected. Otherwise, you will fall down. And then what was airlines? I will not focus now. Again, a one-way rally in Delta Airlines. Everything seems to be going fine with the airlines. China stocks is trying to bounce now after that some issues that they faced. Gold is trying to hold that rally. There is something that is odd with the gold. That's why you have to be ultra cautious, right? People thought that after the war is over, the gold will give up its gains, but it has not. So you have to be really, really very careful with the gold thing. And then Google, as you can see, suddenly bouncing, but fundamentally everything was good with the Google, but that euphoria of 15% one way rally will never be able to never sustainable. So that's why it's holding. Then some of those important stocks in Dow like Home Depot, Caterpillar have slowed down. Naturally, interest rate higher for longer is not good for any of the stock. Regional banks, there was a talk about some small bank that collapsed, but then someone took it. I don't remember the name. So that's the story there. Facebook, as I said, this gap will get filled. 400 is an attractive price for Facebook, so people will try to buy there. Microsoft, I told you already, you can see what happened in the earnings. They just surprised the earnings by 4%, right? Your earnings per share surprised by 4%, and then your revenue was surprised by 1%, right? So what do you think should happen? I think the very first support for Microsoft is going to be 367. So very well keep in mind that it is very difficult to hold on to gains or new attract new money if there is no significant inroad there. So that's what is going to be a concern for Microsoft. Then Netflix, same story happened. Go into an earning with an overvalued territory, and then if the earnings don't beat expectation, then you are gone. Boom. And then what about the other stocks? So if I go through silver, also same thing. Go up vertically on the war news and then try to absorb it, and then TLT is again a good play. I think if the yields go up, the TLT treasury bond goes down. It has if I think this will come down to 82 at some point. So let's see what happens. Then Taiwan Semiconductor, big one-way rally trying to absorb the gain. So play the volatility in your name. But I think for this quarter, it is going to be very difficult to hold on to this gain. So I think apart from that, there is no significant news. Everyone eyes will be on Amazon tomorrow after the bell, as well as uh, what I was going to say, as well as Federal Reserve meeting. So see you in the next video. Please read my disclaimer and thanks, and please subscribe my channel. Please provide your comments and tell me if you want to cover any specific stock. Thank you. Bye. Hello friends. तो चलिए डिस्क्लेमर पढ़ लेते हैं. इफ यू वांट टू टेक एन इमेज ऑफ दिस डिस्क्लेमर, प्लीज टेक अ स्क्रीनशॉट और इमेज ऑफ दिस. अगर आपको ये इमेज का स्क्रीनशॉट लेना है, डाउनलोड करना है, तो ले लीजिए. मैं पढ़ के बताता हूँ. क्लियरली सुनिए. दिस वीडियो इज नॉट पर्सनलाइज एडवाइस फॉर यू. इट इज नॉट टैक्स, लीगल और अदरवाइज पर्सनलाइज एडवाइस टेलर्ड टू यू. This video provides generalized perspective, information, and commentary. Any third party content I show shall not be deemed endorsed by me. This video is not and shall never be deemed a reasonable sufficient information for the purpose of evaluating a security or investment decision. Any links or promoted products are either paid affiliations or products or services we may benefit from. Okay. और ये दूसरा disclaimer be important. The second disclaimer is also important. I am not registered as an investment advisor in United States. We rely upon the publisher exclusion from the definition of investment advisor under the section 202A11 of the Investment Advisor Act of 1940 and corresponding state security laws. As such, we do not offer or provide for personalized advice. We publish information about companies in which we believe our readers may be interested, and information reflect our sincere opinion. The information we provide or that is derived from this channel is not intended to be and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as a personalized advice. My channel and the information provided by us should not be construed by any viewer or prospective viewer as a solicitation by us to affect or attempt to affect any transaction in security. Investment in security as market and especially in the options and future are speculative and involve substantial risk. The information that we provide our channel or that is derived from this channel should not be a substitute for an advice from an investment professional. We encourage you to obtain personal advice from your professional and investment advisor to make independent investigations before acting on the information that you obtain from us. This channel is purely for educational and entertainment purposes only. If you like, you can hit subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.